Derrick Rose has had a rebirth. He went from thinking of retiring to almost averaging 20 a game and crossing people up.
So, how did this happen? What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ.
Derrick Rose has scored 20 plus points in 7 of his past 10 games. Rose has looked different, and so I want to break down this new Derrick Rose.
But first, I'd appreciate if you would subscribe to PewDiePie. What? Did you think I was gonna say me? PewDiePie is a solo creator, and a solo creator should be on top of the YouTube platform, not a corporation. Plus, the memes, they've been great.
Also, turn on post notifications cause as we know, YouTube is half broken. And hit that like button for the amount of time Derrick Rose has spent in the air in his career, 4,123. And we don't need a unit on that one.
And I know you want to see moments like Derrick Rose's 50-point night in real life. Like, I wish I did. And so I wanted to find the tickets for you guys that would be at the best price. And so I introduced to you SeatGeek.
SeatGeek is a ticketing app for sports, concerts, and events. If you want to see stuff like this, no! SeatGeek gives you a rating on the seat you're getting, red being a bad deal, green being a great deal. You even get to see the view you're getting straight from the app so you can see this up close.
So use my code ALLDAY for $20 off your first purchase. And supporting them actually helps support me. So check out SeatGeek in the description. Thanks to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video, and now that I got the PewDiePie out of me, let's get into it.
So I broke down Derrick Rose's 50-point game and how he's not the same as his MVP year. Rose is no longer as quick, but he has added a lot. I think it's important to remember that 2 years ago, Rose averaged 18 points per game on 47% shooting from the field, yet no one really cared. Now, Derrick Rose is averaging 19.3 points per game on 50.5% shooting, and everyone is in shock. Why? Stats don't always tell the full story. Yes, let's get the obvious thing out of the way. Derrick Rose is shooting 49.4% from 3, attempting 3.7 threes a game. Yeah, a career 29.6% 3-point shooter before this season is shooting lights out. Like, this was Derrick Rose. Some of that has to do with how Derrick Rose is shooting. He's shooting on his way up without jumping as high as he used to. He holds his follow through a bit longer and his body is a bit more square to the basket. But what it really comes down to is rhythm and freedom. Even though Rose's stats on the Knicks look great, he has said that there wasn't any freedom in the triangle and so he couldn't play the way he wanted. On the Cavs, he had a freak injury and that whole season was in turmoil. Even before the Knicks, Rose was battling injuries and expectations after initial ACL injury. Being the sixth man on the Timberwolves has given him something he hasn't had in a long time: freedom to run an offense. Rose is given the keys to the second unit and can kinda go wherever he wants on the court when he's on the court. He can use his dribbling and handles to not only go by people, but also get in a rhythm and comfort zone. Rose has always been the most effective when he can dribble more than 3 times. While players tend to get less efficient as they dribble more, Rose is one of those players that gets a better feel and more in rhythm to either explode off correctly or take a jumper. Similar to how James Harden's handles give Harden the edge even if he's not overly athletic. Rose isn't that athletic anymore and so he just can't rely on that athleticism. As other basketball players and Kobe have explained, your moves get you into a rhythm that you are used to, like a beat of a song. And Derrick Rose in this season has started to rely on handles and smart moves. And because he has freedom within the offense, he gets to look more like the Derrick Rose of the old, holding on to the ball longer, putting on some moves, and driving inside the paint. And as time has progressed in the season, Derrick Rose's confidence has went up and up and up. The mental aspect of sports is not to be underrated. It can make you from a bad player to good player to great. And Derrick Rose has said that this is the happiest he has been in years. Rose is also doing a much better job at reading the defense in this new era of spacing. The Timberwolves are an above average 3-point shooting team this season, and so Derrick Rose gets a lot of space to operate, which is great for a guy who likes to drive. Defenses can't pack the paint as much, and so Derrick Rose can take take on the interior defender one-on-one. But since Rose has also developed a 3, he also has something he never had: off-ball value. Rose wasn't really a guy that could add value off-ball because he wasn't a shooter and he wasn't a guy that would move off-ball, but now he can catch and shoot. Derrick Rose justifies his presence on the floor even if he doesn't have the ball. So not only do we see a Rose looking like Rose of the old with offensive reign, we also see a new Derrick Rose that has a 3, that is smarter, that has adjusted his game, and the most important thing for Rose is that he has new confidence and freedom on the Timberwolves.
It's great to see Rose back and happy. It really amazes me that after all these injuries, he's come back, and it reminds me of 2010 basketball. Man, the nostalgia, man. Kobe was playing, LeBron was on the Heat. It was a different era, and now Rose is back to playing a high level. But what do you think? Can Rose keep this up? Will he become an all-star this year? I'd appreciate if you would subscribe, turn on post notifications, and hit that like button for Derrick Rose.